I've had this DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for almost 2 years now, so I thought it would be a good time to share how I use it. I feel like I don't have to dive super deep into this camera because I'm sure you've seen it everywhere, but basically it's small, portable, and very capable. Okay, so who is this camera for? I think first of all, shy vloggers. Like I said, it's pretty tiny, so when you're using it out in public, it's not like this huge camera that you're like shoving in people's faces. It's pretty discreet, so I think it's perfect for shy vloggers. It's not very heavy, it's not very obnoxious. I also feel like it's really great for beginner vloggers that are kind of trying to get into filmmaking, but you don't want to like buy this whole camera with a bunch of lenses and it gets too complicated, but just want to practice like filming, editing, and color grading. I think this gives you like a good practice. And lastly, for travel vloggers or vloggers on the go, this is a great camera because like I said, there's no extra lens that you're bringing. It's just this one tiny thing that you can throw in your purse and bring out whenever. You don't need like an extra camera bag or anything. So if you're looking for portability and ease of use, I think it's just a very, very convenient camera to have on hand. Okay, now let me show you my settings. I shoot everything in their regular video setting. I'll keep it at 4K, 24 frames per second. The color space, I'll do 10-bit D-Log-M. I keep the exposure in auto, it's just easier with this camera that way. For the white balance, I usually do daylight or 5600K since I'm usually filming with natural light. When it's set on auto, it'll keep changing and it's a pain when coloring, so I think it's best to manually set it to the white balance that you want. Now, if you're filming indoors where there's no natural light and there's like those warm lights, I would make sure to change the white balance. I often forget to do this, and Jack is like, it's such a big headache in the color grading. So make sure to change it. This is just like an example of a few shots where I forgot to change the white balance and it just looks really bad. I think if you adjust the white balance, it's a little bit better, but even then, I don't think this camera really shines in low light either. There is a low light night mode that you can use, and I've done this a couple of times, and I think it's worth changing it to this setting if you're filming at night. And I personally don't use this camera this way, but you can set it to vertical. And I just wanted to show you because it's super easy. Even if you're shooting horizontal and you want to get a few snippets, it's very quick. You just turn this frame and then press continue, and it'll just be vertical, and then you can switch it back to horizontal if you want and go back and forth. So it's like very seamless if you are somebody that's trying to get both. I think it's like super fast and easy. You just use this joystick over here if you want to zoom. Not that much, but you have that option. So one of the things that you can do with this camera is face tracking, which is usually what I have it set to. So like for example right now, no matter where you move the camera, it's like tracking your face. But for my specific style, I tend to only use this if I'm like talking to the camera and walking or something where I'm moving and I don't really want to, you know, be focusing on the camera, and if it can just like track my face and I can forget about it. But if I want to get like a shot of us eating over here, what I usually do is you just press this button once and you can take it off of face tracking. So you can use the toggle to frame how you like it. And then I'll just have us go inside. So that would be like, okay, so usually if I get a food shot, I like to use that 90-degree thing so you can get like a top-down shot. So let me show you. So this allows me to get overshot of the food. And if you want, you can press this button to have it spin. So like this. So that's an option too, if that's your style.